This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation. Happy New Year and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Bells with Books. I am part of this duo. Of course, I am Miranda. If you are new here, and if you are not, like, hey, we still on our shenanigans again this year, but of course, never alone. Would never do this alone. And that giggle you heard is my co-host, Bianca.
Hello! Happy 2025!
It's been a ride already, and we're 19 days in.
The first 3 weeks of this year have felt like 3 years. This has been the weirdest start to a year
so
ever.
Weird. Not bad. I know a lot of people are like, this has been the worst year. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm personally going that far yet, but man.
It's been interesting, especially as an American.
100%. All I got to say is if you believe in like time jumps and stuff, I think we did it.
For those, so we are recording on January 19th, which is when TikTok was supposed to be gone already. And it was gone for about 12 hours.
My understanding, for those of you that were awake during that time, I was dead asleep. I don't know what time in the morning it was for me. But my understanding, and I don't know if you were on the app or if you were like, whatever, it's about to go dark.
I was at a hockey game.
Okay. There were people like actually watching lives, and it like went dark in the middle of these people's lives.
Yep. Sure did.
And it was not midnight yet. It was not.
No, it went down about 8:30 Eastern time.
No, it was not that. It was supposed to, because I was still awake then because I was waiting for an Instacart order to get delivered to somebody, and I was like, please deliver so I can go to bed.
No, it was, 8:30 Eastern is 7:30 Central, and it was already down at 7:30 during the hockey game because I tried to check it.
Oh, you were one of the people that got kicked out early then because, well, and then again, it could have just not gotten to me yet because it was still working for me at that.
Yeah, time. It lasted 12, 14 hours-ish. Yeah, 12 hours. Which I know for some people it's still acting kind of weird. And you said that if people had already deleted the app from their phone, they couldn't re-download it.
Yeah. I had one friend that she was like, she posted on Facebook, and she was like, don't be like me. If you deleted the app thinking that we were in this for the long haul and it wasn't coming back for a while, because I just tried to re-download it and it's not in the app store. And so they put out a statement that I saw from another friend, and it actually says, if you live in the United States, if you are already in these apps and you have them installed on your device, they will remain on your device, but they cannot be re-downloaded if deleted or restored if you move to a new device.
That sucks.
Yeah,
this whole situation is just, it's ridiculous.
It is something. I could go on that rant, but we decided a long time ago not to be political.
We're not going to do that. You and I can be political in our other group.
Right. If you want to hear that, find us personally. Anyway. But it was it was really a sad day, honestly, for book talk. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was having like a moment of because I don't know what happened.
For me, I had made my peace with book talk. I was like, I've saved to be reads on all of my reading apps. I can live with that. But I was panicking about my recipes.
I did. Okay, listen, I'm gonna send you. It looks like code. It's a lot of fun. Your husband will probably be like, "Oh, this is cool." Like I was in here going, "I feel like I'm on MySpace again." But I found a way. I found a way for anyone that's interested. Hit your girl up. There's a way that if you're willing to do the work, you can save every favorited video you have if you're worried that you're going to lose it going forward.
Well, see, I went through my recipe folder on TikTok and I downloaded them one by one, and then I uploaded them to a saved Pinterest board.
This does it for you. Like I literally, I had to put in a little bit of work on the front end, right? And then I got up and walked away from the computer while it downloaded them to my computer for 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need those instructions.
Yeah. I will send it. It actually, listen, you're going to be like, what is happening here? There's a few steps. If you're technology challenged, probably not for you. I'm not going to lie. But I figured it out and I was like, yeah. No, I was a little sad. I had not made my peace with TikTok because I don't know what happened, but in like the last 2 weeks, I don't know, like 2 weeks, you and I went from like 216 followers on TikTok to like almost 600. Like, yeah. I was like, what?
I was like, we tripled.
What is this? What is?
And we got like 2 or 3 more followers on Instagram at least.
We did. I think a lot of people really hate anything meta right now. So
yeah, listen, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. But so if we don't have anybody come over there, like great. But like, we have a solution for if this goes dark again. Like if this does not get extended, does not work out. Bianca, I've talked about it already on my TikTok. So if this is repetitive for you, I'm sorry. However, I feel like this information needs to be repeated. Bianca found an excellent alternative for anybody that is like really only on TikTok for the book talk. Like if you're only on TikTok for book talk, I think I'm gonna let you talk about it, even though I did it on our TikTok because you found this. I didn't. But I think this, in my opinion, I think if you are only on TikTok because of book talk, or you're only on Instagram for Bookstagram, that this will be the app for you.
So there is an app. It's going to be released. It's called the Tome app, TOME. Right now it's specifically geared toward fantasy books, but from the way they are talking, and especially with TikTok going down and everyone kind of panicking in the last 24 hours, I have a feeling that they will eventually expand to more than just fantasy books.
I agree.
But it is launching, you said January 29th, I believe, for iOS and the website. Mm-hmm. And Android has yet to be announced, sadly.
He explained why. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't see that one.
So I didn't know this. I mean, I kind of assumed this. I'm not a coder. Like I mean, I know I was old enough that I was coding on MySpace, and I think I'm a coder, but I'm not. So, the guy that you sent me the video that I thought like created this whole thing over the weekend, and you were like, no, that was just this invention. Anyway, that's like the main guy behind it. He was explaining that like while he wrote the iOS app and it's ready to launch on I think January 28th, like it's ready to go. He says for Android, there is no like copy and paste. He says he has to literally write an entirely different program, and it's not as straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it wasn't a copy and paste type situation, just because the platforms are built just differently. They're very just different things.
Yeah. But he said he is creating it. Like he is in the middle of it, and I think that's where you got the like February date. Which you didn't have an actual date. It just said February for you, didn't it?
Well, I thought it was February for the iOS launch. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just confused.
No, it's okay. I took a screenshot because I was so excited the other day. I was like, Bianca, I did it. And at the bottom of the screenshot gives me the date. So you keep explaining.
There is a link. I think it's called claimtomeapp.com or something like that, where you can go in and pre-save your username for the app. Mm-hmm. And you can also log in with your TikTok and pre-follow all of your favorite book talkers who also join. So on launch day, when you log in, some stuff should be set up for you in theory. And I think that is awesome.
I loved that idea. Yeah, it's claim.tomebooks.com.
There we go.
And in theory, if everybody goes and signs up for it, it'll already follow. Like I signed up as Bells with Books Pod, and I think you signed up. I've signed up for one personally as well, but I'll probably do more work on the other one. So it told me that I think on Bells with Books, I follow like 1,400 people on our TikTok. And it told me you're pre-following 1,400 people. And it actually told me there was already like several hundred of the people that follow us will already be following us.
Oh, nice.
It's like a pre-save, basically. I was like, this is genius. This is genius. And it appears...
So to me, even if you don't read a whole lot of fantasy, I would still go and sign up for this because, like I said, the way that TikTok went down and everyone's panicking, I have a feeling something like this is going to expand pretty rapidly.
I agree. Yeah, on the bottom of my thing when I logged in on the website, it says, so maybe it is just the website. It says launching January 28th, and it has a countdown, which wouldn't apply today because that was like on the Friday that I did this. But if you are on iOS, because I am an iOS girly, you can actually go to the App Store. If you can't find it, if you go to their website and then follow the link that says like Apple Store, it'll pop it up for you, and you can go ahead and do the like, I want this app, and it like saves it for you. Like it's ready to go. It'll go ahead and download on launch day. I don't know. Do you have that on Android or did you look?
I haven't looked.
Okay.
Since they hadn't even released any information, I was like, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. It says expected January 28th. And it's like, so if you're iOS, you can go ahead and go in there and be like, I want this. But that was an excellent find. Like I didn't know it existed. There's another app that is for like readers in general that has reached out to me on TikTok. It's like Corral. I honestly have to speak to the lady. I think it's Coral. I can't find it now. Oh, that's because that's my personal TikTok. Oh my God. Anyway, there's another book app coming, and the lady that created it reached out and said, would you be interested in joining beta? And I said, absolutely, but we have to do a call with each other. So I'll get all of the specifics from her when we have our call. But it's called Coral. And when that one launches, expect to see us there too. Now, these are all brand new. We don't know how they're going to go. We don't know if they'll crash because everybody wants to be on them. We don't know what'll happen, but we will definitely be there, both personally and listed as the pod too. So,
and speaking of, this is not new at all, but it is new to me. Mm-hmm. I figured with the start of 2025, I would try out a new bookkeeping app per se. Mm-hmm. As you know, obviously I'm on Goodreads, but I was trying Literal, and Literal was pretty good. It's a little laggy sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I can't find a way to update my progress as I'm reading. So I just decided that I would explore other apps to see what was out there. And I joined Fable.
Which I kind of briefly talked about. I don't know how much in depth, honestly, because I have a memory of a goldfish. I don't remember how much in depth I've talked about Fable, other than I'll tell you I love it over there.
It's pretty cool. I like it so far.
Yeah.
You can, you can say, hey, I read today, and it tracks what days mm-hmm. you read, and it even tracks what book you read that day. So if mm-hmm. you're reading multiple books, you can choose which one you read. Mm-hmm. It also... It has a feed like Goodreads, but it's much more curated.
Definitely. I don't follow very many people, so I'd like to follow more because I see like the same 3 people all the time.
Well, and that's something that I haven't figured. I don't know if that's an iOS thing or an Android thing, but I never see anything that any of the people I follow post. Really? I just see people who are reading things similar to me. I see their post.
So it does show you similar people because it wants you to like engage with others.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like for me, when I'm on the screen labeled as home.
Yeah.
It shows me the people that I follow. It shows me at the top, it's like what my streak is. And then like the next one down is my friend Cameron. She updated her want to read list. So it shows me that. And then there's a person that I don't know them personally, but I started following them we follow each other on there. And then she updated her want to read. And then the next one down is a review from a friend I follow.
Yeah, no, I know no one on this homepage.
Oh, interesting. It truly blows my mind how it's the same app, the same website, same service. And we have 2 vastly different experiences.
Yep.
It's so crazy. Fable does have a website, though.
Oh, nice. I haven't visited the website yet.
Originally, there was no app. When I first joined, I joined because of book club run by Easy Cat. Jason from Book Talk and Instagram and yeah, that's why I joined like a long time ago. He and my friend Meg have book clubs over there, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go join. But I never did anything with it. And then they're like, no, you can track your reading and you can do this now and you can do this. And I was like, hi.
If Fable, like, I know they had a little bit of a flub starting this year. I won't go into all of that, but they fixed it. They realized the error of their ways. They apologized. Yep. That's fine. As long as you learn and you move past it, we're good. Yeah.
If we move forward, we're good. I will say if a mistake like that happens again, I might reconsider staying. But right now, it's kind of my favorite.
Yeah. I'm going to use it and Goodreads the whole year to see how it goes. And honestly, if it continues the way it is, I may just drop Goodreads finally.
So I don't know if I said this here, but I was going to drop Goodreads, right? Like I wanted to be on the bandwagon with everybody of dropping Goodreads. And then I learned from several indie authors that Goodreads is imperative for them. Like say they want to become like a traditionally published author. This is where publishing houses go to read reviews to see if they want to take someone on. And they said
that makes sense because it's owned by Amazon and Amazon has their Kindle publishing services.
Yep. So I have heard from several people in the past few weeks that are like, we understand that you want to stick it to the man and you want to leave, you want to do less Amazon, you don't want to be on Goodreads, but please know that if it were not for Goodreads, I would not now be traditionally published, or if it would not. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think I'll stay there and just mark like, hey, I read this and this is my star rating. Hey, I read this. This is my star rating.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I'm going to put like the work into it that I used to. Also, what I will say about Fable, I'm a little mad about the hiccup they had. Well, I'm not mad. Like, I'm like, okay, you made a mistake. Let's fix it. Let's learn. Let's grow. But I've noticed that sometimes some of the books I read, because, they're not traditionally published, they're not on there. Now, if there's a book that you would like to be added, they actually have a Google form. Yes, a Google form that you can fill out and request the book to be added.
Okay, that's nice.
I've requested 5 books so far. Haven't heard anything back. I did get a thank you for requesting, but I haven't heard anything back yet. But that's like last year, my Fable, because I started using Fable. What was it, like mid-year last year? Well, faithfully using it. Yeah. I've been on there for a long time, but like I said, it was just book clubs before that. And so my count at the end of the year for Fable versus Goodreads was, honestly, it was like 15 book difference.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use both, but that's why I stay with Goodreads. But I'm with you. I was like, this is gonna be hard for me because, listen, unfortunately, I'm a huge creature of habit. So, but I'm glad you came to Fable.
I'm really enjoying it so far.
I do. I like I think it's the graphics. It's very visually pleasing. Like, it's fun. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever used Beanstack. It's mainly for like when a library has like a reading. It kind of reminds me of that, where you can visually see like what you read that day and how many minutes you read, how many pages you read, things like that. Like, I enjoy that stuff. So join us on Fable.
Every once in a while I download Beanstack if the local library is doing something, and then like after the event's done, I'm like, okay, you're coming off my phone again.
Yeah, mine's deleted now because I'm not attached to a library anymore where I could do anything. But like when we were on the base in Germany, like attached to it, like that's how they did all of their stuff.
Yeah.
So
we do have a few adaptation things to cover. Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling one of them is it's gonna be fun. We'll start with Lucky by Marissa Stapley is gonna be on Apple TV.
Have you read that?
I have not. Isn't it a romance?
I don't know. Listen, I can't. They classify so much stuff as romance anymore that I'm like, that's not a romance. That I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a romance. Let me look it up real quick. What the hello? There we go. Oh no, I'm talking to the computer.
I was like,
this says mystery thriller. Okay, I apologize.
Hey, I'm here for that.
Oh, I recognize the cover now.
Okay.
I've seen it. Okay. It's not what I thought it was.
Yes.
There's another book. I swear it's called Lucky, and it's white, and it has a gold 4-leaf clover on it. I swear.
It is, yes, and it is a romance.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yes, because I think the one you're talking about is like a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, I don't want to say fanfic because she's an author, like she's published, but you know what I mean? Like it's a...
Huh?
I think the Lucky romance book that you're talking about with the gold clover on it, her main characters are based off of Taylor and Travis.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard that.
There's one that Hope and I bought via TikTok, and I swear it's that one. Mainly, I'm gonna look up the cover. Anyway, you keep going.
Okay. We also got news that the Reminders of Him adaptation movie now has a director attached to it. I had this pulled up and I accidentally deleted it. Reminders of Him director. Universal Pictures has tapped Vanessa Caswell to direct Reminders of Him.
That sounds familiar.
Who is Vanessa Caswell? Who do we know her from? She has done Love at First Sight. It was a Netflix movie in 2023. She has also done 2 miniseries for the BBC. 2017's Little Women, featuring Maya Hawke, Emily Watson, Michael Gambon, and Angela Lansbury.
It's a great one.
And also 2016's 13, led by Jodie Comer.
Yes. Okay. I like your work. I'm here for you. Although when you first said, who is she? I wanted to go, she doesn't even go here.
Casting has yet to be announced. The film is set to be released Valentine's Day of 2026.
All right.
But speaking of Colleen Hoover.
Missy.
I know people are going to ask, Miranda and Bianca, what are your thoughts on all of the drama that is going on with the It Ends With Us cast?
All right.
I'll go first.
Yes.
I'm personally not choosing sides. I like both Blake and Justin. I have seen edits of both of them in both lights to make one look bad and make one look good. I've seen it from both sides. I'm not choosing sides because it is of my opinion that they are just both very egotistical people who don't want to see their reputation tarnished in the public image. That is what it boils down to for me. For me, it's just a popcorn event. I'm just sitting back watching what unfolds. I'm not choosing sides. I'm not with her. I'm not with him. I'm just like, what's happening? What's next?
Bianca is a seasoned lurker, and I mean that as a complete compliment. Like, just so you know, if you're friends with Bianca and you send a message and, like, you don't get a response, especially when we're in group, she's not ignoring you or thinks what you said is stupid. She's just she's just, like, watching.
I'm just waiting for things to unfold.
Observing. Yes. Listen, I said it, like, 3 times, but seriously, every time you guys send me a new TikTok or a link to read about the situation, I just see that magician from the Frosty the Snowman when he drops the eggs.
Yeah.
And this is the 3rd time I say it. I promise people I won't say it anymore. And he goes, Messy. That has been living rent-free in my head this, like, 2 weeks, whatever. Listen, I'm also not picking a side because I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. Like, the stuff he does, like how personable he is, like all of those things, right? And I've never I've never loved or disliked Blake. I think she's okay, right? Like, I don't have a problem with her. And I have always loved Justin because, well, you and I both met him, Jane the Virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like have always just loved how he's presented himself. However, right now I'm like, Mom, Dad, please stop arguing.
Which 100%, they both have public personas. Like, I understand that.
Yes, absolutely.
That's nothing new
and
coming from Hollywood.
Yeah, we don't know everything about a person. They could
and we never will.
Right, 100%. They could have a great public persona, and they could be like real shit people. Like I'm not saying them specifically. I'm saying anyone, right, in this pop culture world that we like look up to. They could be really nice, like to your face or whatever, but they could be really shit people, and we just don't know at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I feel like we are all children in the middle of a parent's divorce.
We are.
And I don't even think about them that deeply. Clearly, you heard what I just said about both of them. Like, it's not like I love them so much, they're my parents. No, like, that's what I feel like is going on right now. It's because it's like, she will put something out and say, well, he did this. And he'll be like, well, wait just a second. And I'm like, listen,
yeah.
I already dealt with this when my parents divorced. Can you get it together? That is literally, if you were a child of divorce, you know what I mean.
Our mutual friend Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. She came down this weekend for a little visit, and one of the first things she asked me, we got her in the house, we got everyone settled. She looked at me, she's like, "So what do you think about this?" I was like, "Oh, Susan."
Honestly, I have a lot of, like, here's the other thing. I keep going back and forth. Again, I haven't picked sides, and I don't think I will. Because, like, at first, I was like, oh, because at first, when it first came out, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I feel like we were kind of all on the same page in our group where we were always like, oh, Justin, this does not look good. What have you done? I can't believe this from you. And then his camp put out some stuff, and we were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying they're just both egotistical people, and they're trying to harness their reputation in the public image.
Yes. I think they should both just drop it and just not work together again.
Yeah. Like,
in my opinion.
Let's move on. Let's just move on.
Everybody, us included. All right, that's how we feel. Next.
One last adaptation that I want to mention is that Guillermo del Toro is doing an adaptation of Frankenstein that is supposed to be coming later this year. I'm guessing you're a little excited about that, Miranda.
Listen, I know people think that you're the goth to my rainbow because of how, like, bubbly I am and how quiet and reserved you are. It's actually the opposite. I'm Bianca's goth. I am her chosen goth emo girl. So when you tell me that A, we're readaptating Frankenstein, and B, Guillermo del Toro is doing it, where do you think my butt's going to be?
They have released the cast list. Oscar Isaac is going to be playing Dr. Victor Frankenstein, and Jacob Elordi is going to be playing the monster.
Fantastic.
I'm honestly excited to see how Jacob is going to portray the monster.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Jacob Elordi, but I think the reason why him as the monster is great is because he is known for this, like, very good-looking, like, Aussie boy.
Yeah.
And so I think that could really do something, you know?
Yeah.
If this goes well.
Oh, David Bradley's in it.
Yeah.
He was the Muggle in Harry Potter, for those who don't know.
Filch. He was
Mr. Filch.
Yep.
Which he's kind of typecast, I've noticed, in other things. Like, he always plays kind of it's kind of a grumpy teacher's pet type person. So
yeah, it's a lot of English actors, to be very honest with you. Which doesn't surprise me. Lars Nicholson is in it, or Michael Nicholson. I always say his name wrong.
I know who you're talking about.
yeah. If you look him up, people are like, who is she talking about? If you look him up, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's actually a really good actor as well. Listen, no one on this list, other than the few that I had to, like, wasn't quite sure who they were. And I'm not saying that the people I didn't know who they were are bad actors, but what I'm saying is everyone that I know that's on it, they're great. Mia Goth's in it.
I don't know her.
She used to be married to Sheila Booth.
Don't know
if they were
either.
married, but they were together-ish. What else was she? She's done a lot of, she's been like a scream queen kind of thing.
I was like, she's done a lot of horror stuff, so that
She's
would be
Emma.
why I don't know her.
Emma, did you watch that?
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
That's her.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited. Okay.
We're going to transition now to do our 2024 wrap up.
Yep. Which we did a little, but we'll go in a little more in depth.
I was like, yeah,
to let you guys know, Bianca will not be putting all these books in the show notes because they're all repeats that she's typed like a gajillion times, and the poor girl would just be typing the entire recording. So.
And then you would just have a book to read for show notes, and who wants to do that?
And you can't count it as your Goodreads book, so I mean, it's okay.
So we're going to start by going over our 5-star reads. Mine are, let me pull up my screenshot again. Here we go. Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. Mm-hmm. The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I forget who the author is of that. I am so sorry. The Cuban Girls. There we go. By Laura Taylor Namey.
There you go.
And I should have pulled this up too. The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. Hidden Pictures by Jason Recolak. Clarabow Running Wild, which is, we covered that in, I think, April for our autobiography picks. That is by David Sten. And Divine Rivals by the other Rebecca. What's her last name? There's a lot of Rebeccas floating around recently.
There have been a lot of Rebeccas. It's like a research into the name or something.
Rebecca Ross.
Ross. Okay, I was like, oh.
So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I had 12 5-star reads of 2024.
I really thought I had more 5-star reads. I don't know if maybe I'm just like struggling. If you want to see all of my reads from last year, everything is currently up on TikTok while it's there. I think you have most of all of our monthly read breakdowns and stuff on Instagram as well. So
yes.
So some of my 5-star reads, I didn't actually list them because they were rereads. Because I did a reread of Discovery of Witches trilogy so that I could read the newest book that came out last year. And I gave them all 5 stars again, just like I did before. And then to include Time's Convert, which is not part of the original trilogy, but it is a continuation, keeps going. I gave it 5 stars as well. A couple of the ones that you mentioned, obviously, Harry Potter will always be a 5-star for me, because I just have such an attachment to it. And you know what? I don't think I gave the second Fourth Wing book 5 stars.
No, you gave it 4.
I gave it 4.
You traitor.
Hey, it is what it is. Listen. It is what it is. It is what it is. And then what's funny is you gave Divine Rivals 5 stars. I did not. However, book 2, Ruthless Vows, Chef's Kiss, 5 stars.
See, I gave that one 4 stars.
Yeah. But the ones that are different from yours are House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune.
Yes.
Which I'm going to read book 2 because I love that so much. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kilwer. Again, sir, I need you to produce more stuff. Okay. Slewfoot by Brom. Painted People, which we actually read together, is nonfiction. What was his name? Dr. Matt Lauder? Yeah, Dr. Matt Lauder. That was, I forget what month that was. Was it maybe like July or something?
I want to say it was July.
It was July, yeah, because we did tattoo. It was like a National Tattoo Day or something.
Yes.
I'm the one covered in tattoos, and I don't remember. And then I gave Home Is Where the Bodies Are 5 stars as well.
I think I also... did I give that 4 or 5?
I remember you giving it a high rating because, listen.
But I didn't read it last year. I read it the year before. I think that's why it didn't make my list.
Yeah, because you got approved for it on NetGalley.
Yes.
And so
I did read it last year. I gave it 3 stars. I'm sorry.
But I remember you were like, I actually kind of like this one. And I was like, oh, gasp. What?
Yeah, that one was good. We're improving.
We're improving. And I don't think you've read her One of Us is Dead yet, have you? I feel like you might like that one.
Let me look up real quick. What was that noise?
Well, your husband just started playing a game, so something may have popped up on the corner of your chair.
Oh, okay. It sounded like aliens were tapping it. It was like, doo-doo-doo-doo. I was like, what in the world?
He and I are friends on Steam, and it just, when your friends start playing something, it tells you so-and-so is, I'm not going to say his screen name because I don't want the whole world to know that. He probably doesn't want that either. But it was like, it popped up in the bottom of my screen, and it goes, so-and-so is playing this game. And I was like, I wasn't going to say anything. And then you went, what was that noise? And I went, okay, well, I got to say something now.
Okay. I did read One of Us is Dead. I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've read You Shouldn't Have Come Here, but it's not marked on my Goodreads.
I think you did read it.
Oh, no, I have not read that one. That does not sound familiar. No.
I don't know.
I think our mutual friend Brittany has read it.
I don't know if you'll like that one.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know if you'll like it.
So yeah, One of Us is Dead is my highest rated at 4 stars.
That's probably that's the one that I was like, okay, I do like you, Geneva. I also like that the one that you and I ended up being like, even though that made me like more of her fan, she is writing a sequel to it, and she actually put in the work and said, I hear you, I see you, and she went and talked to a police department and was like, okay, help a girl out. So, I see you, girl.
Go back to that. I'll need that website later. Okay. So those were our 5-star reads. My shortest book I read last year was a book called Terrace Story. It was only 208 pages by Hilary Leichter.
My shortest book was really short.
How short?
My shortest book was the second epilogue to Sir Philip with Love by Julia Quinn, and it was 22 pages.
That doesn't even count.
It's technically a book. Goodreads said it was a book.
That's how you got those triple-digit numbers, reading 20-page books.
I didn't read that many 20-page books. No, most of mine were in the 200s, because, a lot of mine are cozy mysteries, and they're usually about 250.
Yeah.
But I was like, 22 pages? So what it is she came back and gave a story to all these books later, and in some of the copies they are like that they're printing now, they're just in the back of the book, right? It's just like one book.
Yeah.
But the copies I had on Kindle didn't have it in the back, or it didn't have it. So it was a separate book. But I was like, 22 pages, I know. And then I was like, oh, it was the second epilogue. Okay.
Anyways. My longest book was 684 pages. It was The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. That is I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd book. Yeah, The Remnant Chronicles #3.
Oh. that the one that I read the first one and I was like, I hate to tell you this?
That's the first one is called, what was it called?
No,
sorry. I really enjoyed that series.
No, I think I'm thinking of a different one now that you said it. You said Remnant, correct?
Yes.
Okay, no, different one. I was thinking of The Revenant.
Yeah, the first one is called The Kiss of Deception.
No, I have not read those. Okay.
They're YA fantasy.
I'm okay with that.
So, it was pretty good.
My longest book was 835 pages. It was House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah Jane House.
Ah, one of your fae books.
Yeah, my fae.
Yeah. My average book length in 2024 was 397 pages.
I dig it. My average was 287.
Okay.
Not bad. No, not bad. Where's your most shelf book? Did you put that down?
It was Harry Potter.
Ah, makes sense. Mine was It Ends With Us somehow. I don't know why we got different ones when we both read both of those books, but
that's how many does it tell you the most shelved number?
Mm-hmm.
What's your say?
6,363,042.
And see, for Harry Potter, it says 13 million.
Yeah.
638,000.
So I don't know why, because I read Harry Potter again and I marked it off again. So whatever.
I wonder if it's the type of edition, because I know Goodreads also tracks different editions.
Like a gajillion editions, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. So what was your least shelved?
Untouchable by MC Pending. Only 577 people have shelved that book.
That's worse.
Oh, no.
Mine is Sleep and Sorcery by Laurel Hostix Jones, which this is the book.
Was that the AI book?
No, it was not the AI book. This is the one that I got asked to read via NetGalley, and I texted you like pictures of the formatting, and it said clearly like this is not the final formatting, and I was like, it better not be. Shelved by 81 people.
Okay. Well, since you got it on NetGalley, has it since been published?
Mm-hmm. It has, and honestly, I didn't look at the new formatting because I'm like, I already read it.
Honestly, I think you would like Untouchable. I would put it. It's a YA book. I wouldn't necessarily say fantasy, but it is tipping on the border of like kind of Maze Runner type.
Okay.
It's in that MC Pending. And she wrote the book when she was like 16, I think, and she self-published it at like 17.
Oh, I think you've told. I do remember this one. It's a trilogy. So have you read the others?
Yes. Okay. I have not.
Okay.
Because I got the first one through the library. And I haven't looked to see if they have any of the others.
Came out 2021. Okay. Yeah. All right.
And my average rating for 2024 was 3.8.
That's good. Pretty close. Mine was 4.
Okay.
Mine was 4.
What have you set your goal for 2025 to be?
So I set my goal. I did increase it this year. I had someone tell me, wow, that's ambitious. And I was like, okay. I set my goal at 80.
Okay.
I felt like that was reasonable because I really do think last year's numbers, I really do think it was a complete and total fluke.
Which we didn't even mention this. How many books did you end up reading?
Let me just double check myself here according to Goodreads. And don't come at me because I found a lady that read 700 last year and I was like, what do you do with your life? I read 123 books of my 65 book goal.
But one of them was 20 pages.
One of them was 22 pages. So, okay, Bianca, I read 122 books. 122.
How many pages does that translate to?
I don't know. Hang on. Actually, I should.
My Goodreads tells me.
Yeah, mine. Well, the new update. It doesn't.
I know. I had to dig for it.
Shortest pages, longest pages.
Because it'll show on the website for me, but not on my phone. I found out.
All right. Well, let me just see.
While she goes digging for that, I'll give y'all my stats. I read 70 books. I think my goal was 52, so basically a book a week. Mm-hmm. I did basically a book and a half-ish a week to get to 70. And then my pages read was 27,859.
That's... You do. We've talked about this. You love you some tomes.
I do. Let's always have a high page count and low book read, but it's because I read thicker books.
It's not showing me my pages read. I don't like how this looks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Take me back.
For any Goodreads users, just so you know, if you haven't logged in recently, they have updated everything and it's terrible.
We're trying to be cool and it sucks. I want to know how many pages I read. Why didn't it tell me? Usually it tells you that in your breakdown. Oh, hang on. 35,385 pages. I took a screenshot before they changed it.
Okay.
I just had to find it in my photos.
That's a lot of pages.
But yours was how many?
27.
27? Wait, what?
Well, pretty much 28.
You usually always. So typically I have a few more books than you, but your pages are usually way more than mine. Because
you did a lot of reading this year. You hit triple digits, ma'am.
I had 1 month where somebody was like, "Have you seen this show?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Have you watched this movie?" I'm like, "Don't know her." I had a couple of months where like I didn't do anything but read or listen to audiobooks. You
were in the zone this year or last year.
Yeah. I was trying.
And I applaud you. Golf clap.
Thank you, because listen, that number probably is never happening again. Triple digits for me is that's a lot.
You maxed out. I'm keeping my goal of 52 because I know what books are on my TBR and they are thick.
Yeah.
They are all thick. I don't have any thin books.
I'm hoping I don't regret this, like, bumping it from 65, because 65 was a bump. I think it used to be 60, and then it was, like, 55, and then 50. So, like, I've gradually bumped it. But I drastically bumped it and went from 65 to 80.
Yeah, that's a 15-book jump.
It is, but I truly feel like, because a lot of the things that I read are only, like, you know, in the mid 200s.
Yeah.
I should be able to do this.
Yeah, you got this. I have faith in you.
Thanks. I don't have it in myself.
Well, looking forward to 2025, we do have some anticipated releases. Books that we are looking forward to reading. We are recording, like I said, on January 19th, which means January 21st. Oh, that's D-Day for us. Miranda, are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you prepared?
I have pre-prepped food. I will be cleaning tomorrow. So tomorrow's the 20th. I will be cleaning, like doing like the bathrooms, you know, the deep cleaning stuff that I do for the week. I will be doing all of that tomorrow. I already got ahead in all my lessons because, you know, I'm working on my English teaching certificate. Yeah. So I've already, like, I'm not working that day. I have no tutoring students. And I told Kaden, like, you can just have the day off of homeschool because I ain't talking to nobody.
So that is the day that Onyx Storm comes out by Rebecca Yarros. It's number 3 in the Empyrean series, the Fourth Wing series. For anyone who doesn't know,
pretty much everybody.
It's called the Empyrean series.
It is.
But yeah, Onyx Storm comes out that day. I'm nervous, y'all. I'm nervous.
I'm especially nervous after you guys sent me that message the other night where she was like, "You're supposed to be prepared to cry at the final scene." And I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Apparently Rebecca was giving a talk and someone had asked her what scene were you like most excited to write or something like that. And she was like, "Oh, it's actually the final scene of the book. While I was writing it, I knew everyone would be crying and it made me laugh." Yeah. I was like, Rebecca.
Yeah. And then also our dear friend explained to me, she sent me a TikTok. I think it was Kat. she sends me this TikTok, and she's like, "Oh my God, this kills me!" And it was talking about like the correlation of a Taylor song to a person, and I was like, "I'm glad you explained that to me because I saw this and was like, okay." So she explained it to me, and I was like, "I don't like that. I don't like that."
So Rebecca, the author, is also a huge Swiftie, and she did give each main character in the book their assigned Taylor Swift song, basically. The two that hurt me the most was Taryn. He Got Long Live. That is a goodbye song, y'all.
Which I knew that. I did know that, and I was like,
that is a goodbye song.
Bam.
She literally says, basically, in the song, like, when I'm gone, tell your children about me. And I'm like, oh.
Listen, if I cried when a dragon died in the World of Warcraft, what do you think is going to happen to me if that's what happens in this book? I may eat it across the room.
There will literally be people in the street.
Well, I live in a small village, and I don't know how many of the people here. We have a lot of readers. I won't lie. I'm learning that. Like, this village loves to read. I don't know how many of them are reading Onyx Storm, but, like, I guess I'll listen. I think I'll crack my window open, and if I hear, no, at any point in the day, I'll be like, yes, sis. Yes.
The other one that broke me is Riddick got I Look in People's Windows. That is it's from Taylor's newest album, Tortured Poets Department. It's on the anthology, so it's on the second part of the album. It's my favorite song on the album. I absolutely love that song, but it's a song about being lonely and not having anyone there for you to talk to things about. You're left behind by everyone. And it's called I Look in People's Windows. No. Yeah, that's right. And I was like, no, not Riddick.
So the one that I just looked it up. The one that Kat messaged me about was Bodhi.
He got Mirrorball, right?
I don't want to hit play.
Or is that Riddick? I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't want to hit play on this video because I don't want it to like be really loud. But
one of them got Mirrorball.
How she's like, I caught this during my reread. Him giving her his jacket, randomly bringing up Kat, etc. And I could definitely see him having some sort of feelings for her. And I was like, I know nothing about the significance. So, like, I really appreciate you guys explain this to me. Like, oh, mama, get back in your rocker.
But the Taryn one, that one, ooh, that put me on edge.
I'm done. We ride at dawn is all I say if that's what happens, and I will lead up this crew because I am angry all the time now, so like it's cool.
So my next anticipated book is Katabasis by R.F. Kuang.
I really need to read some of R.F. Kuang's work.
I need you to read R.F. Kuang's books.
Yes, I still have not, but I have seen interviews with her, and I love how she combats certain questions in the book world. And so I have not read anything of hers, and I love her. Like, yeah.
And Katabasis is actually a Greek word. Let me get its true definition.
Remember what it means.
Greek definition. Katabasis is an ancient Greek word that means descent or going down. The basis of the book is the story of a hero's descent to the underworld. Two academic rivals from Cambridge must travel to hell to rescue the soul of their advisor.
That's right, because doesn't the word catacombs actually it derives from Katabasis somehow?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Sorry, I like words and where they came from. And
I've read several R.F. Kuang books at this point, and my favorites are always the more academic-leaning ones. Mm-hmm. So, and this one's definitely academic-leaning, so I am super excited. I'm doing my fingers tapping her together. Y'all can't see that, but that's what's happening right now.
She's making her.
My next one is The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater.
I haven't read anything from her in a long time, but I really like her.
I don't think I think I've actually never read anything by Maggie. Her stuff is always on my TBR because I want to read her books. They look interesting. But The Listeners is going to be her first adult novel because she's just mainly written YAs. Yeah. But The Listeners is coming out in June, so happy birthday to me. I'm trying to get to give me the little synopsis thing. Okay, it's January 1942. The Avalon Hotel and Spa offers elegance and sophistication in an increasingly ugly world. Run with precision by June Hudson, the hotel's West Virginia... There's that sound again.
Okay, that time his name did not pop up and say he's
okay.
So I don't know.
That's annoying. The hotel's West Virginia born and bred general manager. The Avalon is where high society goes to see and be seen, and where the mountain sweet water in the fountains and spas can wash away all your troubles.
Sounds good to me.
It gets into a little bit of politics. And it sounds like it's Appalachian politics, which I am here for because Appalachian people can get a little cray-cray, and I'm here for that.
Listen now. Watch it.
Hey, I got family. I am descended from the Appalachian people, okay? I understand.
I am one of them.
Half my family lives in West Virginia. So, give me the Hatfield and McCoys. Give them to me. I'm here for it. Next we have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. When does that come out? Is it March?
I believe so. Sunrise
on the Reaping. I'm pretty sure it's March. Let me double check. Yeah, March 18th.
Okay.
So as we all know, that's going to be what's his name's point of view? Why is my brain not working?
My brain just stopped too.
Haymitch. It's going to be about his Hunger Games. So obviously we know
saying like we hope it's Haymitch, and suddenly we're like, what's his name?
Look, we're going over a lot of things right now. Okay.
We 100%.
So it's going to be about Haymitch's games, and we know obviously he survives, but we don't know what actually happened to make him how he is. So
I mean, it's pretty obvious that they messed him up. I mean, we all know that. Like, yeah.
Next, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Emily Henry is also a huge Swiftie, and she has said that this one is heavily inspired by y'all. I need my brain to kick it in gear.
Hey, you know what? This is what I feel like daily. Just a small taste of Miranda.
I keep wanting to call it The Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow from Disney, and that's not the right title.
You know what? That is what you get for blaming me for your weather when I had nothing to do with it.
The Last Great American Dynasty off her folklore album is supposed to be heavily inspired by that song. So
please, for the mamas, explain what that means.
So The Last Great American Dynasty, the song is actually about a true person who lived in Taylor Swift's Rhode Island house. Okay. Rebecca Harkness. She married some big railroad tycoon. I forget what his name is.
Yes. Okay. I'm with you.
But the story goes that she was quite young when he married her. She was like his third or fourth wife or something like that. And he had a heart attack not too long into their marriage, and everyone blamed her because she was still young and vibrant and throwing all these parties. So everyone blamed her for him dying, and that was basically the last great American dynasty. Like, they were the last great family in America, basically. Gotcha. So I'm excited to read this book from Emily to see how she interprets that.
That's another one I have not read. You know, I got some of her books for free through that whole, like, military spouse thing, but I've not read any of them.
You should try them. I think I've read them all now at this point.
What's funny is she's one that, like I was telling you earlier, it's like, oh, you read so much romance. And I'm like, I really don't. And, like, people are like, she's romance. And I'm like, but is she?
So she's one of those authors where romance is always part of the book, but it's not the main plot.
It's not a romance. Okay, and see, that's what happens to me with a lot of my cozies, is that there's, like, some sort of, like, will they, won't they going on in the background, but it's not the main plot. Like, it's happening alongside what is happening. So yeah. I hate when they're like, oh, it's a romance. And I'm like, but it's not. Like, again, obviously I do read romance from time to time. Sometimes I devour them. Sometimes I don't touch them for a couple of years. But, like, I hate these people. They're like, ooh, it's a romance. Like, I think we've put a, like, stigma on it where I'm like, you know?
Yeah, all of her books, they do definitely have romance in them, but it's not the main focus. So
they have a relationship taking place in them.
Yeah.
Okay, not a romance.
In some form or fashion.
Okay.
Next is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I believe if you go back and listen to our November episode, you can listen to us live. Freak out and pre-order this book.
Waterstone exclusive signed editions. Get it?
Yeah.
That is, a big deal.
So, go listen to that episode. It was a great time. Next, we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I've read, I think, 2 Ashley Poston books now, and I've enjoyed them both. Now, I will say that she does write romance. Now it's not like explicit or anything like that. I've read Dead Romantics, and I forget what the other one is, but Dead Romantics, it has the word romantic in there.
That is
but it was super adorable. I loved it. So I won't say she's auto buy, but when I see her stuff in, like, the library or something, I'll be like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna read that. Next is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. She's another one that I've read several of her books. I have thoroughly enjoyed them, so I'm like, heck yeah, I'm on board for this. Beautiful Ugly. Give me the synopsis, please. Here we go. It's another thriller mystery. She always writes thriller mysteries, so I'm good with that.
I love those.
Author Grady Green is having the worst best day of his life. Grady calls his wife to share some exciting news as she is driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes, get out of the car, then nothing. When he eventually finds her car by the cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver door is open, her phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, there's a giveaway. Let me enter this giveaway real quick.
Enter. I enter. The thing is, just so you know, I enter, like, so many giveaways on Goodreads. It auto adds it to your want to read.
Yes.
And sometimes I never actually get around to those.
Yeah.
Oh, it literally just popped up. Yucca has entered a book giveaway.
This next one I actually just pre-ordered this afternoon because it is the wrap up of a trilogy, A Burning in the Bones by Scott Reintgen. This is the Waxway series. This is the one, the first one was called, let me get the name right. For some reason, the name always trips me up. Go back. Oh, there. A Door in the Dark.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Because I read this in December of 2023. I was so engulfed in that book. You can ask Miranda. I was telling anyone and everyone about this book.
You texted me a few times about it.
But this is the third book in that trilogy. It's the wrap up, so I finally get to know what's going to happen.
Hey. I'm kind of on board with this whole, like, only having a trilogy or a duology. Like, I'm kind of, listen, I used to be like, give me more. But as someone that reads cozies that have, like, 35 books in them, I'm kind of liking this whole, like, okay, well, I'll give you 3 400-page books. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's do that.
And my last one that I want to mention is also a pre-order, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Rachel Gillig, I will talk more about her later, but later this episode. But she's the one who wrote the Shepherd King duology, The One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, which I will go into more in depth in our recent reads segment at the end. But her new one, The Night and the Moth, is coming out, I want to say in April. Let me double check. The Night and the Moth. Rachel Gillig. Oh, it just says 2025. It doesn't give me a date. Oh, May. Okay. I was close. May 20th, 2025. And it's another fantasy gothic, just like the Shepherd King. So I was like, yep. That's going in my cart. And you have a couple that you want to talk about.
I have a few different ones. So not to be repetitive, but obviously Sunrise on the Reaping, Onyx Storm, and Atmosphere are also on my anticipated list. So that's enough to say. I don't really have very many because I was telling Bianca as we recorded, like a lot of the books I read, as I just mentioned, actually, they have, 15 or 30 or, 12 books in a cozy mystery series where the books are like 200-ish pages, sometimes 300 pages a piece. And like, I feel like these authors are like continuously releasing stuff. So I'd be sitting here for too long if I said, oh, and they're adding this and they're adding this. But I have Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, which technically, as of recording this, has already came out. It came out on the 16th.
I was about to say, yeah,
it technically came out on the 16th, but I have not read it yet, and I haven't got my copy because I was able to get a signed copy from Waterstones.
Woo!
And it's got like the sprayed edges are like blood dripping down the pages.
Ooh.
So excited. It has shipped. I'm just trying to be patient. So that's why technically it's still anticipated for 2025 because it did come out in 2025. And I really don't know how they want me to pronounce this, but it's a PC Cast. It's a mother-daughter team that make up PC Cast. And it's Boudicca.
I'm going to assume it's Boudica, but
I think it is Boudica as well. And it technically is a romance, fantasy, historical. I don't know. There's all kinds of tags on this. So it's set in Roman-occupied Britain. And you have a tribe where they crown this like new queen. She's tall. She's red-haired. And that's her name, Boudica. And she's devoted to a patron goddess, which... like known for a raven familiar, and I read that and I was like, excuse me, what? You got me. And then it said her fierceness and swirling blue tattoos. I was like, I'm in, say no more.
Which, did you read PC Cast's House of Night series?
I did not complete it, but I have read a lot of it. And then I read another, I don't know how many is in it, but it was like the witch one about the two sisters. It's like Spells Trouble.
Oh yeah.
I did that one as well, but I have never completed the full House of Night series. I think I did the first 4.
I read the first 2 and that was enough for me.
I think I did the first 4 and I didn't love it. And if I remember correctly, when they came out was like, obviously Twilight had already come, and
it was at the height of like the vampire.
Yeah. And I was like, I've talked about this before. I don't know if I talked about it on here or on TikTok, but I was a huge like Vampire Diaries girl because the original set of Vampire Diaries came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I was a Vampire Diaries girl. And then at the beginning of my early adulthood was when Twilight came out, and I was like, I'm all about this. And so when I learned about House of Night, I was like, okay. And then it just didn't give me what the other 2 series gave me, but I liked their writing style. And I love witches. So when I picked up their books that involved witches, I was like, ooh, I like this. So I'm always interested when I see their name on something. And when I read this, there's way more to it. There's a Roman tax collector that shows up. It's a really long synopsis, so that's why I'm not giving you the full thing, but I'm getting vibes of like historical romance, a little bit of Game of Thrones, not as crazy,
Yeah.
I'm getting some of those vibes, and I'm just here for it. So I was like, I will. Yes, please. Thank you. And it also comes out on the 21st, so it's gonna have to take a minute. Like, it's gonna have to wait a minute. Sorry, PC Cast, but please sit down. And then I'm also worried about reading it directly after Onyx Storm, because I don't know what Onyx is going to do to me.
I was about to say, you may be in a slump for a day or two.
Or I may need something to, like, bring me out of whatever. But for that, I will probably go to the book Bloodshot. Well, I got to look. I'm scrolling to get the date. Because I was like you. I just had it pulled up, and then, like, the whole screen went white. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
Okay, there it is. It also comes out on the 21st. So, right? Well, they have certain days, like, books come out on, like, it used to happen with movies, too, where, like, they come out on Thursdays, books come out on Tuesdays, that kind of thing. So this is called
Bloodshot. I watched a
Bloodshot.
video about why books come out on Tuesdays now.
I read an article once.
They used to not. But it all stems back to the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, yes, because of when it's published and when it comes out, and they want to be able to hit that list. And so if they come out on Tuesday, then they can hit the list.
Well, because, like, it used to be authors could basically just put out their books whenever, which you still can now.
Yeah, and a lot do, but...
Yeah, but if you want a shot at the list, so back in the day, when the list first started, they would just take the sales from Tuesday to Saturday. They didn't count Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
And they still evidently don't, I guess. So now books premiere on Tuesdays.
Which is so weird. Why would you not count
And
Sunday?
that just became industry standard.
I mean, I get it, establishing a standard and being like, this is how it's going to be. Because I also remember, like, growing up, like, the video rental store, there was new releases came out on a specific day of the week.
Yeah.
That's when they they came in. So, I mean, I get it, but I'm like, we do be buying books on Sunday and Mondays, too.
Well, also, as someone who used to work at a bookstore, I will say Sundays and Mondays were always our slowest days.
Well, Sunday I could see, especially where we lived, because I would definitely, if it was in the Bible Belt, if anybody is wondering, like, I'd definitely see why Sundays would be your slowest day. And then Mondays, of course, because everybody's like, they went out shopping on the weekend, they got to go back to work, got to go back to school, so that makes sense to me. So I get it, but it's like, dang. But, so Rebecca's book comes out on Tuesday, January 21st. Don't know what kind of mood I'm going to be in. So I might be going to Bloodshot by Fred Van Lint, which is Born Identity meets X-Men. It says he wakes up in the middle of the woods with chalk white skin, the ability to heal from any injury, and no memory of who or what he is. He is Bloodshot, and now he's caught between the shadowy defense contractor that wants to capture him and the underground network of psychic teens that want to destroy him. Now, Kalea, the girl who found him, has a target on her back just for helping him. So to save him and his friends, Bloodshot must stay alive long enough to unveil the mystery of his own identity and deal with the real possibility that his own family are the ones who probably most want him dead.
I hope you enjoyed that book.
You know I will. Well, I've never read anything from Fred Van Lint, so in theory, I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this.
It sounds like a very Miranda book.
It is, but stay tuned, more to come, because listen, this is the year I promised you. I made a promise to you, actually. I didn't make a promise to the people. I didn't even make a promise to myself. I made a promise to Bianca that if I did not enjoy a book within the first, how many pages did you tell me?
I think 100.
Bianca says if I don't enjoy it within the first 100 pages, I am to DNF it.
Because on Fable, you can put did not finish and it'll still count the pages that you did read.
Because it should, because that's always been my argument. If I put all this time and effort into reading, and I'm not saying I got 10 pages in or even 30 pages. I'm saying, like, if you read like right now, I'm struggling with this because I'll go ahead and spill the beans. You know which book that I've been trying to read since, like, the summer, right? The Mayfair Witches book, number 1.
Yeah.
I still ain't finished that. right?
Oh, goodness.
Girl, it's like 1,500 pages, number one, okay? Number two.
Yeah, because that's the one that has, like, all the books in it, right?
No. This is just book one. It's just book one.
I thought that was like a compendium.
It's like a compendium. It's just book one.
Girl.
Okay, listen. And I'm struggling with some of it. And Anne Rice is one of my chef's kiss favorites. I know she's problematic. Trust me, I know. Okay? I get it. I get it. But it's ingrained in baby Miranda, okay? I've always loved her. And this woman is killing me right now. Like, I have been icked out the amount of times I have Marco'd our friend Sabrina and been like, Sabrina. So my whole thing is, like, I keep telling myself, I'm going to finish this book because, like, you don't understand how far in I am at this point. I'm like, if that doesn't count for reading, because I've already read, like, 750 pages of this book.
So you're halfway done.
And I still don't know how I feel. Like, I'm still bothered. Very bothered. Anyway, made a promise to Bianca that if this starts happening, I would DNF the book. So, I'm going to give Bloodshot a chance because I think it sounds fantastic. Who knows, though? Could be a DNF. Like, I promise you, I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to it.
I know you will. That's why That's why if anybody else was like, you must DNF, I'd be like, make me. Bianca's like, Miranda. I'm like, okay.
Life is too short to waste time on a book you're not enjoying.
I understand this, but it's a
which I have done. I've done a couple of books. I did it last year where I read the first 3 or 4 chapters and I'm like, okay, objectively, I know this is a good book, but now is not the time for me to read it.
Yeah, it's not right now.
So
I have done that before. I have genuinely done that because somebody asked me once, they're like, you've never laid a book down? And I'm like, no, I have. There was one you and I talked about before, The Library of the Dead.
Yeah.
Did you finish that one? I don't remember.
I did. I read the whole book.
Okay. So that was one that I think I laid it down like twice, but I did finish it and I did like it-ish. But that's one that, like, so I do, for those asking, I will lay down a book and be like, okay, this is not for me right now. But I usually have to finish them. I don't, listen. Yes, I'm neurodivergent. That's all I got to say.
We'll transition to our last segment, recent reads and acquisitions. Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go first?
I just talked a whole lot for a second. You go.
Okay. Let me pull up I'm on Goodreads. I guess I should have logged into Fable so I can learn. I haven't logged into Fable on the website. I should do that so I can learn how to work the website.
From what I remember, I use mainly the app now. From what I remember, the website was pretty easy to navigate. But it's not fable.com, if I remember. Hang on.
And it's .co, I think.
Yeah, because if you go to fable.com.
Which, fun fact, Fable is also for TV shows and movies.
Yeah, I don't do that as much. I noticed that the other day, and I went to, you can link it to your Netflix. You can link it to your Netflix, and it'll, and yes, if you're a person that you live in a household where you have more than one profile, it did let me pick my own profile.
Interesting.
But like, to me, there's so many other shows that are not on Netflix, but
yeah,
I think it's cool that it integrates both of them. Let me see if I'm living.
Well, maybe I'm not on the right one because that's just saying get the app, and it's just showing the app.
Yeah, it's just fable.co.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember all my login stuff. I think I just logged in with Google. Let me try that.
Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, it's just telling me to. It's not like a full functioning website.
The app is. This is the one time that I will say the app is way better, in my opinion.
Okay, well, back to my recent reads. Since we last met, what have I read? Let's see. We last recorded December something. Let's see. I know I talked about that. I talked
pretty
about
close
that.
To the end of December.
Yeah. So I'll start here. What do I want to mention? Obviously, Middle of the Night. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I read that over Christmas. You're probably like, Bianca, why did you read a thriller over Christmas? Because I had this in my Libby app on hold for months, y'all. Months. It finally came up. I dropped everything so I could read it, okay?
Thrillers
I got tired of waiting.
Belong at Christmas. I'm just going to say it. They do. They belong at Christmas, okay?
But it was a 5-star read. I always love anything Riley Sager puts out. I think I've read everything at this point. It's all amazing.
He's another one that I haven't read anything from, because same reason I haven't read from Frida McFadden, because I've noticed a trend with both Frida and Riley is that people either love them or they hate them.
Yeah, I haven't read anything by Frida.
I haven't read anything by Frida, but I have both. I have books from both on my list that I'm genuinely interested in, but I kind of keep like putting them off because it's divided the people that I talk to about like, hey, what are you reading? What do you like? It's very divided on they hate him or they hate him or they love him. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get to him when I get to him.
Well, if you want to start Riley Sager, I highly recommend Middle of the Night. It was so good. I did not see the twist coming. Did not.
And you and I usually are like, yep.
Yeah, I thought I had it figured out in like the first couple of pages. I did not. I was like, what? Okay. Anyways, for my yearly Christmas read this year, I read The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Y'all, it was so good. It was so sweet. Oh, so cute. It's about twins. One lives in California and she works on basically like a competition baking type show. Mm-hmm. And the other twin lives back home and runs her family's bakery. Some shenanigans happen and they end up swapping places. I won't go into details of why because it kind of ruins the plot if you want to go in blind like that. But yeah, so it was a very good Hallmarky type book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I read Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I read,
so. Yeah.
It was the first one in that series. It was so freaking funny. I was not expecting to laugh as much as I did.
I've heard that from people.
It is literally like reading an episode of The Office. Loved every second of it. I have the second one on hold on Libby, so who knows when I will be able to read it. As I mentioned earlier, I did read The Shepherd King duology by Rachel Gillig, One Dark Window, and Two Twisted Crowns. Mm-hmm. I originally started reading One Dark Window earlier last year through Libby, and I got about halfway through, and I knew immediately that I was going to love it. So I went to the Barnes & Noble, and I bought their special editions. They are so pretty. I am cradling them against my body right now, y'all. They are gorgeous.
Listen, that was me with one of the books that I'm going to talk about in a minute. It came in and I was like, you are fabulous.
So these were both acquisition and recent reads. I gave them both 5 stars. They weren't included in my last year's wrap up because I technically read them after. I read One Dark Window on January 1st. I read it in one day. And then it took me a few days to read Two Twisted Crowns just because I started back working again. So, yeah. But yeah, it was still 5 stars. And then I read my first Abby Jimenez book, or Jimenez. I think it's Jimenez because I think she is. Yeah. I think she is Latina.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jimenez.
Yeah. But I read Part of Your World. I gave it 3 stars. It was cute for what it was.
Mm-hmm. It's like you can appreciate it, but
it's like I'm not going to go out and actively buy the books. For me, they're just a one-time read. But I didn't hate it. I didn't absolutely love it. But if another Abby Jimenez book comes up on my Libby, for example, I'll be like, yeah, I'll read that. So if you just need it's a break or a refresh, especially for someone like me who reads a lot of fantasy. Mm-hmm. It was just a nice little break to get me grounded a little bit.
There you go.
And then my acquisitions, I'll mention these other 3. I bought The Will of the Many by James Islington. This has been all over Book Talk. All over Book Talk. And it's thick. He does not mince his words, evidently. It's over 600 pages. I know I haven't looked at it. 630 pages. And I know there is a pronunciation key and a glossary and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with that one.
Appreciate that. I really do.
I also picked up Inkblood's Sister Scribe by Emma Torzs.
Oh, yes.
This is a Good Morning America book club pick. It's about family generations. They have guarded a collection of ancient and rare books that let a person walk through walls or manipulate the elements, books of magic that half-sisters Joanna and Esther have been raised to revere and protect. But all magic comes with a price. And then it goes on to say, if you liked Ninth House, The Magicians, or Practical Magic, this is basically the book for you.
Then I need it.
We've read Practical Magic. I enjoyed it. Personally, I will never reread it because I'm now scarred for life because Miranda forgot about a couple of scenes in there. But it was good.
Listen, I'm sorry, but I will say there's another book in the series that's about the ants, like when they're growing up, and it's chef's kiss. It's perfection.
Ooh. And I have read Ninth House, and it was another okay book. It was a little too dark for me. I don't go into like the super dark fantasy stuff, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And then I've never read The Magicians, but I have watched the show, and I enjoyed the show. So I'm excited to get to that book.
The books, I like the Magician books, but initially the first book, I found it a little hard to get into. But then once you got into it and like the magic and the things started happening, you're like, oh yeah. But like initially you're like, oh, like it's a little like daunting at first.
I picked up the first one, but this was back when I was still in school for one of my degrees. I forget which one. But I remember thinking, this is a lot. I can't handle this right now. I put it down.
But it's like no hate to the author. I think when you can get past that, they're great. They're really great. But initially I was a little like, all right, come on with it.
Yeah. And then the last one I want to mention for acquisitions is called The Bookshop. It's a history of the American bookstore by Evan Friss.
I was interested in this.
Yeah. This is, if you know me, if you've listened to this podcast at all, you know this is my book. So I'm super excited to get to this one. What have you recently read and bought, Miranda?
So my Christmas book, I did a couple this last year. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I finished, I don't know if the series is completed, but I finished all the way up to the most recent. So my Christmas book was I'll Be Home for Mischief by Jacqueline Frost. It's number 5 in the Christmas Tree Farm Mystery series. 4 stars. I really like her stuff. Is there cheesiness to it? Yeah, but like it's fun. And you usually can figure out like, you know, the mystery, the murder, whatever happens pretty quickly, and then you can kind of piece it together. And every now and then, like, even though you figure out the who did it, sometimes you're the why. You're like, oh, okay, well, I didn't see that. So that was like my Christmas read. And I did a few others that are also like from Cozy Mystery. I did one that is actually book 1 in a series, and it's called Sleigh Spells by Bella Falls. It's Winter Witches of Holiday Haven, number 1. 4 stars. I really liked that one too. So those were my like Christmassy reads. Like I said, I had a few others.
Sorry, what was Sway Spells? I'm typing it out for the note.
No, I'm sorry. The Sleigh Spells, yeah. By
Sway,
Bella Falls.
SWAY.
Sleigh, like.
Oh, sleigh.
Yeah, like I'm going through the snow in a sleigh. And a 1-horse open sleigh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I read books where it could be like slay, like they're murdering somebody. So I understand you needing to ask.
Okay, I got it now.
So those were my 2 favorites for Christmas. And then I will say on Christmas Day, I did the audio version, like the Audible original version of Christmas Eve 1914. and your girl bawled her eyes out. Like, I already knew of this, essentially, like, this was from World War One, where, the British and the Germans were cold, they were hungry, they were exhausted, and they ended up putting differences aside and saying, like, okay, for 1 hour, you're not going to come after us, and we're not going to come after you, and we're all going to bury our dead. And, like, the Americans were trying to bury these young soldiers, and the ground was frozen, and a lot of them, couldn't get the shovels to work right, and the Germans actually helped them bury. I'm going to cry again. The Germans actually, they all came together, and, they swapped Christmas gifts, and there was like a ceasefire for, Christmas. And this is like a audible adaptation of that. So there's like multiple voices, multiple narrators, and your girl bawled her eyes out for Christmas Day.
I was like, that sounds like a very important book that people should read, but that sounds so depressing.
It is very important. It's a thing that actually happened, and like the narrators to this, which there's multiple. I just want to say, like, you gentlemen, the way that, like, you did this with such emotion without actually crying. I don't know. They may have been like, time out, I can't do this right now. But, like, oh my God, it was so powerful. And I know it was an audiobook, and so it was very fast too at the speed that I listened. But there were moments where I just had to pause, and I just had to, like, stare it to the abyss and be like, onions. Yeah. It's a short story by Charles Oliver. But yes, I think everyone at some point should read this. But whew. And I went to it knowing what Christmas Eve 1914 was. Like, I knew what happened, and I was still like, why did I do this to myself? But phenomenal. It was very well done. I gave it 4 stars only because it made me cry too much.
Made you cry on Christmas.
On Christmas. I was up here. I was like, in Christmas, and I'm crying. Okay. So acquisitions-wise, I have very much behaved. I did buy the Grady Hendrix book that I mentioned earlier. And I bought 2 books for myself that I technically bought last year. Well, at the end of last year. And one of them ended up being my first read of the year. I gave it 4.5 stars. It is a Bianca no-no. It is Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. And this book is gorgeous.
I will say it's a very pretty looking book.
It is pretty. And I bought the Waterstones exclusive. So it's like black. It's got silver embossing. The pages are sprayed and they're purple. I showed it off a little bit on our TikTok. But this one, you can actually swap the cover. It has a dual cover. You can flip it. Oh, so pretty. But yes, 4.5 stars for this. I started the year off with a tome, 625 pages.
Ooh, that is a lot.
It is a lot. And I can't wait for book 2. The problem is, I think this just came out last year.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Listen, I couldn't help it. There is a lot. Okay, I'll say this. Fantasy-wise, world building, it is phenomenal. The characters' backstories. We got a shadow daddy going on over here. As our friend, to quote our friend Hope, he's tall and tattooed, and oh, by the way, he's a shadow daddy. And I was like, hello. Yeah. And of course he has a tragic backstory because every shadow daddy has to have one. What I love about our main character is, oftentimes, especially in fantasies, what's wrong with our female main characters?
They are probably orphans.
They're weaklings. They're puny. Okay. It's described how, like, they're
probably an orphan too.
Well, she is, okay? She is. And listen, the story of her mother's death, like, she was older. Like, she was my understanding is she was like a teen when this happened. Like, she witnessed it. It's horrific. Like, it's bad. Like, ooh. So there is mention of graping in this book, but it's not like a central plot or anything. It's just like she tells you about something that happened. But she's a badass. Like, she's had to like protect her and her brother. And she lives. The thing is, it's fantasy, right? It is fae. That's the other thing. So there's a lot of a schmexy going on in here, and they're fae. So it's like Bianca No times 2. However, it's so good. I won't threaten you or anything, but I would gladly go back through this and mark the pages where the bow wow goes down and tell you to
not
that.
The bow wow.
The bow wow. There's a lot. I would gladly be like, and skip these pages and skip these pages if you ever want to give it a chance. Oh. Listen, I think I have a new book boyfriend. That's all I'm saying. Kingfisher can get it. Okay. Anyway,
I'm shaking my head over here.
I know you are. It's okay. Think about it. In all of our years of friendship, I think you constantly shake your head at me. It's okay. I know it. Sometimes when I send you a message, I read it back and I'm like, oh, she's shaking her. I can hear you. Trust me, I know.
Brad makes fun of me all the time because he'll do or say something really stupid, and I just go, and then he does a really exaggerated, and he just stares at me, and I'm like, shut up.
But I listen, I'm probably gushing over this book. This technically is a book talk book that I feel like a lot of people are starting to talk about. But I picked it up for the sole purpose of this cover. I'm not even going to lie. And then when Hope said her little Hope quote, I was like, well, you done did it now. A lot of people are saying they don't like the first half, but they love the second half. And I am not of that team. I am of the team that I loved every minute of this book. There's a snarky, you get a snarky side character. I'm not going to say who they are exactly because it does give a little bit away, but you get a snarky side character. You get a great female, like, friend, like bestie companion. There's found family, in my opinion. There's a lot of good things that people want in books. Just add a lot of heat. It's bestie. That was great. Anyway.
How many peppers?
Miranda peppers. I mean, I've read spicier. It made me blush a few times. I was like, because I did the thing where I did sometimes audio, sometimes the book. Like, I was bouncing back and forth. And there was one time where I was listening to it and I was in public and I was like, oh. I'm glad nobody knows what I'm listening to right now. Because, I will say that usually I have a problem with how scenes like that are depicted, even though I don't have a problem with them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, for God's sake, that is not. Be realistic here. There was a lot of realism.
Was that, you made a TikTok. I forget if it was for your personal one or for our podcast one, but you made a TikTok of, it was a voiceover dub.
Yeah.
But it was like, how do they do that? How do you get in that position?
That was like a blanket. It was like a blanket statement, essentially. But yeah, okay. I thought that a few times. I was like, what?
How does that work?
You see the meme of like all the women from Sex and the City, which I know some about that show, but there's a meme where they all turn their head like the side, like the dog head tilt. That's me sometimes when I do choose to read a book like this. I'm like, how does that? No. Yeah, you guys would love my facial expressions while I'm reading. But anyway, if you can handle the spicy peppers, I really don't know how many spicy peppers. 4? I guess 4 peppers.
Oh, okay, that's pretty spicy.
3.5, 4 peppers. Some people are probably going to be like, Miranda, that was only 2 peppers. Listen, you do you, I do me. I say 3.5, 4 peppers. But anyway, moving on. My other purchase was Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. I also showed this one off on TikTok. It has beautiful sprayed edges. Listen, Waterstones is about to make me broke, okay? That's all I got to say. Waterstone exclusives. Anyway, this one is not spicy. This one is cutesy. This one is demure. It's a magical. So she's a witch. Her name is Belladonna Blackthorn. She hasn't lost her magical spark, but she hasn't seen it in a while either. So balancing work at her beloved London bookshop, Lunar Books, with handling her toxic boss and concealing her witchcraft from those around her, Belle is burnt out. Practicing the potential of her magic is the last thing on her mind. But when her 30th birthday brings a summons, from her coven and a trial that tests her worthiness as a witch, Belle risks losing her magic forever. With only a month to fix things and a suspicion that dark forces may be working against her, Belle will need all the help she can get from the women in her life. From an unlikely mentor figure, even from an infuriating coven watchman who's sworn to protect her. With found family, a dash of romance, and an uplifting message about self-love, Bewitched is a cozy autumnal fantasy that will leave readers spellbound. I have not read it yet, but I feel highly that I can go ahead and predict this will be probably no less than 4 stars. That's my prediction.
Sorry, I was muted. I was typing. Okay. I want y'all to hear my clacking. That sounds like a very Miranda book, but it sounds really good.
It does. The book on the girl on the cover, she's got her back turned, but she's a brunette and she's got her hair pulled like half up, half down with a little ribbon. And I don't know why, but when I saw it, I thought of you.
Aww. Let me look up this book now.
She's got it in a green sweater and blue jeans, and she's like reading a book. And I can guess it's probably some inspiration from Beauty and the Beast, but it's not a Beauty and the Beast retelling or anything. I think the author just probably listen. Most book girlies love them some Beauty and the Beast. All right, so
I love Belle.
She's not my favorite, but I absolutely love her.
Which we talked about this in my other Marco group, but we were talking about Disney one day. And y'all, for our honeymoon, Brad and I went to Disney. And I hadn't been to Disney since I was like, I think 12 was the last time I went. So it'd been a hot minute. Like, I kind of knew what to expect. Like, obviously it's Disney. There's going to be characters and stuff. But we get to Epcot. Mm-hmm. Belle is there doing a meet and greet. Mm-hmm. I look at Brad and I'm like, I have to go. I have to meet her.
Oh, yeah.
In line, I was like, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, let's do this. I get up there and Belle's like, hi. I was like, hi, Belle. She's like, how are you today? And I was like, great. And I'm still excited. And then she's like, so what have you been reading recently? And my brain just like stopped functioning and I just started sobbing.
Yeah,
literally.
They do not break character. It doesn't matter whether you are a child or you an adult. They do not break character. That is what they are.
To have Belle ask me what I've been reading recently, I lost it. I was like, at the time I was reading Wicked. So I was like, I actually just read this book about a wizard and a witch and they go to school.
It always happens though. I hate when people are like, so you're a big reader, huh? What's your favorite book? And you're like, oh.
But of course, she's not, the character Belle's not going to know about Wicked. So I start giving her a brief synopsis. And then she's like, we take our picture and she's like, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. I hope you read good books, blah, 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 blah. And I walk away. Literally, tears are pouring down my face. And I'm on my honeymoon. And Brad is looking at me probably like, who is this woman I just married? Because I'm not a crier.
She's not. She's not. That's why I relish in the fact that I made her cry once.
That sounds bad when you put it in that context, Marie.
It was because she was laughing at me, but that's not the point. I made you cry twice.
I'm not an emotional crier. I'll put it that way.
One time you cried because we were reading books on this podcast and everybody kind of heard it too. We both got the sniffles because it was sad as shit.
Yes, it was.
I do enough cursing for the both of us, but it was sad as crap, okay? But the one time that I take pleasure in, that I made Bianca cry, and Hope was there to witness it, is because she was laughing at me. crying.
That was funny.
It was fantastic.
Because you were over there reading something like sobbing, and I'm like, what?
No, it's when we were at Colleen Hoover. And,
the
guy asked, well, how do you feel about people doing proposals at your book signings? Like, how does that make you feel? And she said, I think they're great. And he was like, okay. And then he proposed, and Hope and I were all giddy. We were like, oh. And then I started like, oh.
I think because it was in a church, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we were in a church.
Yeah, they had to move it. Yeah, because it was supposed to be at a bookstore. We bought tickets to go to this. And they had to move it, and it was inside a church, and this guy proposes, and Hope and I are all like gushing over it, and Bianca, who's actually a very caring, very sweet person, but this is going to make it sound like you're not, even though you are. Bianca was like, oh, that's nice. And Hope and I are like, oh, and then I start crying. So then Hope starts crying. So then Bianca is laughing so hard at us.
Because I was sitting in the middle.
Yes. That she started crying. And we haven't even gone up to meet Colleen yet.
And y'all, I was laughing so hard. I thought I was going to have to get up and walk out because I was trying not to disturb everybody.
This is literally a core memory of my life now. Like, it is there. It is like one of my favorite memories.
And I remember there was a tissue box like under the pew, and I was like reaching down and giving everyone tissues, including myself, because I have tears running down my face from holding in the laughter.
And everyone thought you were crying because why we were crying.
Oh, it was a mess.
We were not the only people crying. There were other people crying. We didn't know them, so like it didn't matter.
But I could not stop laughing. I thought I was going to have to get up and walk out.
And now I laugh hysterically at it. I think it's the best thing in the world. I know, so anytime you text me and you're like, I read this thing or I watched this thing and I cried, I'm like, oh, snap. No, you will cry at appropriate times. I just happen to be one of those people that cries at Subaru commercials sometimes.
Yeah, I don't get attached like that.
Listen, I turned 40 in a month, so all I'm saying is, ladies, I cry a lot, and if you know, you know, okay?
On that note, we are available to follow on several social media platforms.
As long as listen, I'm probably going to keep saying that as long as they're available. Well, listen, did you ever have this on your bingo card? I'm just.
I said the other day, the 2025 bingo card is really wilding out so far this year.
And listen, the 2021 was enough for me. I don't.
So, you can find us at Bells with Books Podcast on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You can find us there on TikTok. Mm-hmm. You can find us there on YouTube.
Yep.
Okay. Miranda has
home as soon as it launches. We are ready to go.
Miranda has said that she will start working on YouTube a little bit more to get our episodes there.
Yeah.
Which I greatly appreciate that effort because that is beyond me right now.
It's a pain in the butt. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's basically the videos currently, it's going to be our back catalog of shows, so you can find them easily in one location. They will not have any visual to them, but it will be all the audio, so you can turn it on, pop it on, walk away, listen to it.
And we started doing this because we realized that somehow our back catalog is not available on Spotify.
It is. It is.
Oh, it is?
It's there.
Okay.
It is. It's there. But there was some sort of glitch, and honestly, we are part of a podcast feed, if you haven't noticed. So we are among other shows. So we are trying to make it accessible for people that are like, I don't understand. But I am part owner of this feed, and that's why we are a part of this feed and not our own, because then we also have the boost of, I already had this feed. Like I was already part of the website and the and the feed itself. So I will be moving, because the other thing is YouTube has also gone to shorts. I don't know if any of you have noticed that, but so that means I can also take our TikTok content and upload it as shorts on our YouTube. So I will be having a merge over of TikTok videos. Unfortunately, not the photos, or not and not the ones that are like if it was like a special day, like a Kindle Unlimited day, that one won't go over there. But all of our other TikToks and our previous episodes prior will all at some point start trickling into our YouTube. So if you could please go follow us, that'd be great.
And then you can personally follow me. I'm at Style and Freak on every platform. Mm-hmm. And then you can find Miranda by typing in Mom's a Nerd pretty much anywhere. She'll pop up.
Yep.
And then do you want to tell us what is happening in the Place to Be world?
We're kind of calm and quiet right now, but that doesn't mean that we don't have something for everyone. So check out placetobenation.com for updates, new articles, new shows. I think we have a couple of new shows that will be coming soon. I apologize. I can't remember what all they will entail, but we're supposed to be having a couple of new shows. And then we do still have the Place to Be group on Facebook. If you are choosing to stay on Facebook and you want to be part of a group, please join us there. That's where we do tournaments, like when we did the Cartoons of Our Youth. That's when I do like the 31 Nights of Halloween movies. All of that goes up in the group. So please check that out. And I know that every podcaster says this, but if you could like rate and review on whatever app, it will make you do it for the feed as a whole because we are part of a feed, but you can give however many stars, which I want to be like Bomani Jones and say if you're giving any less than 5 stars, I think you're a hater, but that's his line. But I'm not, he's not wrong. But if you could rate and review us, it will make you review the feed as a whole. But a way around that is you can say, I listen to and name Bells with Books, love the show, or something like that. We would love that. If you have something bad to say, I mean, I'll take it, but I'm probably going to cry. So if you could do that, and then one of the biggest things you can do for us is word of mouth. So again, I will have Bianca share when everything is up on YouTube. You can go back and listen to the catalog there if it's easier for you to do. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's kind of a slow start. It's not in the wide world of everything, but in the world of Place to Be Nation, we're kind of calm and chill right now here at this, 19th of January. So more to come later. We appreciate it, though, that you've stuck here with us, that you come back for another year. We'd love to hear your reading goals and challenge. Did you meet your challenge? And if you have suggestions for books that you think we should read just in general or for the show, please send those to us. We actually do have a Gmail. I keep forgetting what it is. I think it's bellswithbookspod@gmail.com. If you have suggestions.
That sounds right.
Yeah. bellswithbookspod@gmail.com. Please drop us a little note and say, hey, I would really like you to read this book. If by random chance you're an author and you'd like us to maybe review your book, like I'm saying, go for it, just throwing that out there. But that's all we have for now. We hope you enjoyed our little, I don't know what this was. It was craziness, but it was great. And we're glad you're here for one more year. So come back and join us next month. And always keep reading.